Right there. I say we, but it's just gonna be me. So, never mind. Here we go. Hello people and welcome to the last match of day number 1 of the RedBull Esports Champions League 2013. We are watching Group B, we're seeing TongFu, LGD International, and these two teams will fight for that 1 point that is up for grabs. TongFu so far has gotten 1 win under their belt. LGD International has played 2 games for their group, 1 win, 1 loss, and we're gonna see if they can add another win to the board, or if TongFu is gonna take home 2 points for the first day. Of course, we are running way behind schedule, so you have to understand that these two teams are playing while being, like, it's probably like 1 AM at China right now, so they've been at the vicinity, I'm gonna assume, the entire day. And I mean, I've been casting the entire days, you know. These people have been sitting, waiting the entire day. Waiting is probably even more tiresome than actually doing something while, you know, spending time, basically. But yeah, if you might find me a little bit odd, that's because of lack of sleep and because of tons of casting and no co-caster for this last match, unfortunately. Not able to get one, but I think we don't need one. Because, you know, I'm more of a play-by-play caster than more of an analytical caster. You might have noticed that already, I know. But I am hoping that these two teams are gonna have such a game that they're just fighting non-stop, so it's gonna be me play-by-play the whole time, so I don't need to analyze anything. That would be my ideal thing. But we'll see if they can actually make that happen. We have got a couple of very slow games today. We've got a couple of more fast-paced games today. For a lot of games, I found that teams didn't really try to capitalize on their advantages, but in the end still won the game by just playing safe. But that might be because I'm more used to Western Dota, who just go, and kill, and in the end they get there, rather than being used to Asian Dota, as I haven't casted that in quite some time. So, we're gonna be seeing TongFu, one of my favorite teams, mostly house, so I'm hoping he's gonna be playing a Queen of Pain this game, but we'll see. On the dire side, LGD International, of course. I mean, who doesn't like LGD International? I don't think I've seen anybody yet that doesn't like him. I think everybody of the Western scene, and with Western, I mean, and Europe and America, thinks LGD International is like a team to cheer for, because that would be like a bit of a long fairy tale come true. Because of course, LGD International created after after International 2, purely for doing better, and we would all like to see them succeed, because if that works, then we are gonna see maybe more of these kind of projects, and that means that the scene grows, all that stuff. Anyways, let's jump ourselves further into the draft, because of course it's already on the way. Wisp, Darkseer banned out by TongFu. You have to ban out the Wisp up against LGD International, but that did mean that the Visage makes it through. For example, in the previous game, we saw the Chen and the Visage getting banned out in that first game. But, TongFu apparently not too worried about Misery's micro skills. We're gonna see what kind of damage he can do with that Visage though. We have got ourselves Dragonite and Alchemist getting banned out by LGD International in return. And Batrider and Lifestealer up on the side of TongFu. 2 very strong heroes. Better yet, you've got yourself a Bat Stealer, as Blitz, I believe, called it. Not 100% sure if it was Blitz. But Batrider, of course, with an infested Lifestealer around there. If he gets a Blink Dagger up, you can just jump over the map, get yourself infest targets, last suit, and everybody dies. Including, for example, the Weaver. Even though Weaver is a fairly elusive hero, he will still die to that combination, because the last suit would probably hold him in place long enough for Lifestealer to do his damage. With, of course, the infest damage being there as well, and Weaver dropping, depending on how good his early game is. But we saw Pycat on the safe lane solo on the Weaver in the previous game. Let's see if he can do that again, and if LGD in that case indeed goes for another aggressive tri-lane, which we personally, I think also you as viewers, like to see. We're going to be having a Sand King getting banned out together with a Beastmaster. I think TongFu, I mean, this is all on a LAN event, right? So I think TongFu kind of saw the previous match, because G played Beastmaster in the previous match. He was up against the Batrider in the mid lane, I believe. Yeah, he was. And even though he wasn't really winning on last hits, at some point he got supports coming around, there was a gank, successful gank, and he all of a sudden got himself ahead and got himself the roar, and just, you know, went on and started roaring everybody that he saw all the time, and that just is so annoying to deal with. It means that you constantly have to be aware. Is it roar up? If yes, and you don't see him on the map, hide. And that's, of course, kind of not really what you want to be doing in your playstyle. We're going to have an Enchantress and a Rubik getting banned out by LGD Gaming. Rubik, one of the setup supports that we still have in the pool, and to be fair, TongFu, they don't really have any support just yet, so that's like the safe bet to ban out heroes for. But TongFu, they have themselves the next pick. They're ticking into their bonus time. What are they gonna go for? Having a Lifestealer and a Bed Rider means that you've got 2 cores already. Now Bed Rider could be going into the jungle, but I don't think we're gonna see that coming off from TongFu. So we're gonna assume that they still need an offlaner as well as supports, depending on how they're gonna run their lanes. We already saw earlier today that I believe Hao was actually on the solo mid Lifestealer up against an OD. And we still have an OD in the pool, so LGD International might be going for that one, and then TongFu already has got something against that. But yeah, we saw a Lifestealer in the solo mid role for TongFu. They end up going for the Nature's Prophet, so again, not really giving that much away. Because this is basically 3 cores, but they could be so many different roles. Bed Rider, jungle, offlane, mid, safe lane. Basically everything. Nature's Prophet, same story. We actually saw Nature's Prophet solo mid yesterday, though that was Western Dota. Dota nonetheless. Lifestealer, solo mid, solo offlane, solo safe lane, jungle. We've seen it all before. How versatile can you get, right? And not much more than these 3 heroes right here. And of course, you've got yourself a Bed Rider that you can infest into and can jump over the map with Lasso Infest. Lifestealer has himself a Taxi all over the map with the Nature's Prophet that he can infest into. It's all very aggressive coming off from TongFu. But they won't be able to pick up the Nyx Assassin, because that's going to be on the side of LGD International. Of course, that would be an extra lift that Lifestealer can take, and more aggression coming out from TongFu if they did manage to pick it up. But the Nyx Assassin compared with the Visage, now, I know I don't have a Statsman at the moment, but this is a combination of heroes that has, I believe, a 96% win rate. 96%! That's very high. No, I mean 69. 69 people, it's not that high, it's not 96. 69. Otherwise it would be kind of OP. 69% win rate, so almost 70% win rate for these 2 heroes. Just as a combination, right? No, not separate, but as the combination. But yeah, that's very high. And I would really like to see these 2 on an aggressive trial lane. You've got the burst damage coming out from the Nyx Assassin, if there's, depending on how mana intensive those heroes are. With, of course, the mana burn. You've got the Impale, the Disable, Soul Assumption. That's going to be the high nuke that's needed on that aggressive trial lane. And depending on what kind of carry they pick up, it's going to be even more. And they could actually still pick up the Gyrocopter, which is a hero that we've seen Brax play for both of the games they've played so far. Wow. Dirty Mind is a joy forever, I think, the chat thinks. Oh well. But, yeah. I wouldn't mind to see a Gyrocopter here. I think TongFu, if LGD International doesn't pick up a carry right now, they'll probably ban out the Gyrocopter if they have the chance. Question is LGD International actually planning to pick that up? Because if they're not, they can just leave it in, TongFu will ban it out, and they'll pick something else up as the last pickup. Of course, the solo mid is also something still to be up for grabs for LGD International, assuming that the Nyx Assassin is not going to be taking on that role. I mean, he could, and in fact, in terms of type of hero, I mean, both Beastmaster and Nyx Assassin have got that level 6 ability that allows them to get kills early on. But I'm not expecting it here. I'm expecting a 1437 Nyx Assassin. But they're taking their time and they're taking heavily into the bonus time. By the way, what I just said, like Nyx Assassin being a potential for a lift for a Lifestealer if TongFu actually got their hands on him, means, of course, also the same thing for the Bounty Hunter. I mean, TongFu is just shouting aggression right now. And LGD International, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to plan to take the lanes and to just have such strong laning that they're going to be getting such a head start that once that Bounty Hunter is level 6, once that Bed Rider has his Link Dagger, they can't really do too much anymore because LGD is so much ahead already? Or are they going to build for more teamfights? Sorry, I was getting confused by the Venomancer pickup because I was not expecting another supporty hero. And this means that Nyx Assassin might actually be in the mid lane. Or Visage. We've actually seen Visage mid lane before. I really would like that. It's really enjoyable to watch. But we'll see. Venomancer, agility hero. I'm not gonna expect him as a semi-carry, but is one of those heroes that does kind of hit hard. And is one of the strongest laning heroes in the pool early on. The Gale, of course. One of the best level 1 spells that you can wish for. Lone Druid is gonna be the last ban out for TongFu. Still having a Gyrocopter in the pool. That does, of course, have that AoE potential. Sorry for the cat sounds. But he is also upset that I have been casting for... I can't count. Never mind. Sorry. I gave him new food. He has food, he has water. It's not me. It's cat. Anyways, LGD International. Going to ban out the Crystal Maiden as the last one. That would have been something. I don't think, like, I don't know for sure, obviously. I can't crawl into the minds of TongFu. But if you have this kind of flashy lineup that TongFu has, like potent for kills and all that stuff, like lining it up with the Crystal Maiden would be quite an unorthodox thing in my eyes to do that. But we'll never know. We'll never know. Let's see what TongFu actually goes for. Lion. Well, to be fair, I mean, it's also a very squishy support, you know? You never know. But this fits more into the color palette of TongFu. Yeah. And he has got a Finger of Death. He's got 2 disables. Pretty solid. Question is, how fast is he gonna level? And, of course, how much food is he gonna be to the Nyx Assassin? Because that's gonna be something that Nyx Assassin is gonna look forward to. Free food on the Lion. LGD. One more hero left to pick up. I would really like to see a Gyrocopter. Am I missing that he's out of the pool? No, he's not. He's still in. But we'll see what they go for. How comfortable they are with their lineup. How much teamfight they want to go for this. Wow. Really? That was one of the most anticlimactic picks that I've ever seen. Anti-Mage picked up here, so that's a hero that I wasn't really expecting, but I mean, I understand it. It's one of the safest farmers. As in, he has an escape mechanism. Oh god. Where can I see my mouse? There we go. So, I'm gonna remove the cat from the laptop because he's actually sat down on my laptop, so now I hear myself. Sorry, overlay. I know. Fixed! Off. Because I would otherwise hear myself, and that's going to be very annoying. In the meantime, Moo, playing the bed right of this game. Let's see where he's going to go with that, if he's indeed going to go towards the solo mid lane. We're going to see Sun Shang, I hope I pronounced that properly, playing the Lion this game. That was, of course, a support Banana playing the Nature's Prophet. On the off lane, we're going to see King J, no surprise there. He'll play the Bounty Hunter. Gets himself pulled a couple of regens. Look at that. 2 extra tangos. And getting himself some extra gold. So this will mean that he's going to try to go for a fast 4-man shield. The last one on the side of TongFu is going to be Hao on the Lifestealer once again. This time not in the mid lane though, this time on the top lane. And we'll see what they can do here as the safe lane. And all that TongFu needs to do is get some levels. I mean, this is the same for every team, obviously, but get levels and then try to go for as much pickups as they can. And that's going to be, of course, most important for Hao, because he is going to be the one that's going to be teleported around or runneth around, because Bounty Hunter will be there that, you know, you can infest on. So Bounty Hunter needs to be level 6, Bed Rider needs to have his Blink Dagger. That's like the key factors that we're going to look out for TongFu. On LGD International side, we've got ourselves the Anti-Mage. Pycat will play his Anti-Mage with surprise. Raise your hand. I don't think anybody is raising his hand right now, because of course it's one of his signature heroes. Or maybe it was. I haven't seen him playing it in a while, but then again, there's been a lot of other carries in the pool as well. Misery will play the Venomancer this game. Interestingly enough, Visage then by 1437. So we'll see how he deals with that one. And he'll be supporting Brax on the Weaver on the off lane. They'll be having dual lane. This is like stepping back into the Dota 1 era. 2 dual lanes and a solo mid played by G. Nyx Assassin, no surprise. And a hero that suits him very well, I think. Just like a Beastmaster did. Again, I said it during the draft, I'll say it again. This is a hero that when level 6, he's gonna try to go for pickups. Whoa, are they already able to pick up the first blood? What the hell? That Gale hit! And they got themselves the first blood. The dust, of course, was there. But that is not something that King J was expecting. That's not something that I was expecting. First blood goes the way of LGD International. Well, it had to happen sometime, didn't it? And better be at the last game of today. Maybe missing first blood. Half missing first blood. We saw the kill, but we didn't see the lead up. There goes the stun. I think that 1437 should be able to get away though, unless... Well, he slows down How, but the open wound's still gonna slow him quite a bit. No, it should be enough. Should be enough. Is the extra speed enough? Here comes the Weaver. 1437, one hit away from dying. How? Nature's Prophet TPing in. How will go down. There's no hope for him anymore. And that is gonna be Visage on the floor, so 1 for 1. As Brax gets forced back. The Central went down, but... Yeah, this just means that he can't really chase down Sunsheng anymore. And actually gets harassed here a little bit. Throw some harassment right back. The Impale not hitting Brax. Doesn't go for this. Would be a bit too ballsy. In the meantime, again, King J might be in a little bit of trouble. Pycat taking quite a bit of harassment here actually, but should be fine. Has got still the salve, so we'll be happy with that. And if he's out of regen, then I'm sure Misery wouldn't mind lending him some. And there we go. He lends him some tangos. Visage comes back towards the top lane though. That's gonna be him. Happy that he is back and alive. In the meantime, rotation coming. Gale first. Wait, King J. There is a dust, but he's not gonna go invisible. He's completely out of mana. Pycat just burning him completely away. This should be another kill going the way of LGD. And you know what I said during the intro of this game is like, you know, blah blah, more of a play-by-play caster, blah blah. I won't be able to analyze anything in this game anyway because there will be kills all over the place. It's starting to look that way. Awesome. Early aggression coming up from both of the teams. Trying to make something happen in the laning stage. Trying to get ahead as fast as they can. In the meantime, on the top lane, we're gonna have again an open wounds up on 1437. TP coming in from Banana. And that should be another kill going the way of TongFu. 1437 tries to delay it, but does end up going down. Sunsheng, though, might be going down as well. And will need go down. There goes a Gale. In comes Misery. Going for Banana. Banana will drop as well. That's 2 kills taken in return for that. And that's a worthy trade. How? Well, it wouldn't be a worthy trade if How gets himself another kill. He doesn't have an open wounds unless he uses his stick charges, which he could. But yeah, he has open wounds again, so he's fine if he wants to go for something, but he doesn't. And Venomancer leaving bottom lane kind of means that they think, you know what, Pycat can do this by himself, can burn away the mana of King J slowly but steadily, and at some point King J won't be daring to come close anymore because in comes the Anti-Mage, right? And that's scary. Anti-Mage picks up himself up a Ring of Health, so has got the survivability to sit here as well. In the meantime, the next assassin is level 5. Gonna watch out for these two getting level 6, both Mu and G. But look at the difference already. Mu sitting at level 4, close to level 5 though, but 20 to 5, and G sitting on 15 to 1. So G able to harass Mu a little bit away, and of course we saw Mu earlier going for runes. Nice rune pick up by 1437, and they're actually going for this. The slow is there. There's mana as well upon the Nyx, and he should be able to take this. One more Impale might buy him time, but those sticky napalm charges are actually slowing him down way too far. And that's not going to be a kill there. But yeah, G taking the mid lane, and at least by experience. Might not be by less hits, but experience is going to be important because of course you need to be getting those level 6s up. Though he loses quite a bit of experience again. We have got King J roaming mid, and he's going to try to help get a kill here. The Spike Carapace is there, should it be needed, and he's actually going to be home safe. And that's going to be King J showing himself almost. He actually not showing himself just yet, but shouldn't be of any threat anymore to G in the middle lane. In the meantime, the last hits across the board are all in favor of Pycat, 22 to 5. Bedrider is closing in though, he's 20 for 5. So he is getting there, and I mean he's not meaning the same thing as an anti-mage farm, but his farm means something earlier on in the game. Of course for him it means faster blink dagger. But it also depends on the first kill that he picks up with his lasso. Can he get himself that early pickup so that he gets the lasso and gets more gold faster? Like rather than just getting last hit, actually gets last hits on heroes. Scores way more favorable. Central Ward goes down. Pycat pretending like he doesn't see King J. There we go. Now he can pretend that he sees him. Or he doesn't need to pretend anymore, rather. Pycat though, he's in a good situation. We still have the Venomancer around here. But as long as King J is playing so safe as he is, they're not going to be able to kill him off anymore. Unless they're willing to dive the tower, and I don't think they want to do that just yet. And talking about diving towers, Brex might actually think about doing that because How is fairly low on HP. The question is, who is around there, which is of course still the Lion, who has been around there for a long time. And would people be willing to TP in? Nature's Prophet would. We've seen it happen. Regen rune picked up by Mu. And that's going to be a good rune control by TongFu. King J was already sitting bottom just in case it got there, rather than on the top lane. And we've reached the 6-minute mark. And that means A, is nighttime. Means everybody is more susceptible to ganks. But B, ward starts vanishing from the map. We've got no more observer wards on the Dire side. Apart from this one, which is almost vanishing. And no more on the Radiant side apart from this one, which is not close to vanishing just yet. But these are the only 2 wards. Wait a second. Mu, Trouble, gets killed. And actually, it's taking a ton of damage. Spike Carapace is going to be there. And the last Zulu up on G. And G takes a ton of damage from the tower as well. Will end up going down. Misery really wants Mu, but he won't be able to get him anymore. I think. Maybe. Yes, he gets him. That's still a kill in return for that. But indeed, 2 kills was the cost for that kill, 1 kill on the Bat Rider. And that's not going to be worth it. Not at all. The Vendetta was used for that as well. But TongFu, they take it back. In the meantime, on the top lane, they might be able to go for Hao here, but it's just a harassment. Never mind that. Sansheng is trying to get as much experience without really trying to intrude on the experience that Hao is getting. Hao is level 6. Brax is level 6 as well, though. In the meantime, the supports, level 3 on 1437 and level 4 on Sansheng. And, I mean, that is a major difference, actually. I mean, Visage is one of those heroes that with level 6 he has got those familiars, and you kind of need that familiars. Because that's like half of your hero, those familiars. We have a rotation, by the way. King J has got a track, and he really wants to take it down on level 3 Visage. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. In comes the Venomancer, lands a Gale. 1437 will still end up going down. Nature's Prophet with the last hit. Misery realizes he's way in over his head, ends up going down. Sansheng will go down as well. In comes 1437 again. They slow down King J. Can they do something here? The track goes off on Brax, and he actually has to time-lapse himself out of that one. And that means initiation stopped. 6 to 6 rather. And a 2-to-1 trade here on the top lane. And a trade in favor of TongFu. And I said, like, once those levels start coming, TongFu has got a very aggressive mid-game. Much more aggressive than LGD International is. And even though LGD International was doing okay with the rotations of Misery, was able to get 2 kills on King J on the bottom lane, was able to get a kill on the top lane as well. And yes, they lost 1437 at some point, but, you know, they were getting ahead. Nyx Assassin, even though not really winning his middle lane, at least got levels. I was able to pick up a kill at some point as well. Well, actually, no, that's not true. It was Venomancer that did that. But at this point, they have to be careful. Because the Infest is there for the Lifestealer. And even though he's going to be happy farming, I mean, he's going to continue farming for a while. He might at some point just hop in the Nature's Prophet or hop in the Bounty Hunter and just go for kills. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Hand of Midas in the meantime up on Banana. Banana, who's been in all 6 kills, has actually got 4 last hits on the kills that he has been in. And that's all, like 4 of the 6 kills are his. Very neatly done. Very early Hand of Midas for him. Rotation of King J coming towards the bottom lane. Of course, I mean, all this is going on. That's happy kills, you know, everybody aggressive, etc. But Pycat is farming. He's got 20 to 2k gold. He is actually going to be having to blink away. Blink, 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 blink. Good. There we go. He's got treads. He's going to be actually picking up treads before picking up his Battle Fury. Which is saying, like, you know, guys, I got a good farm. I got free farm. I'm not afraid to just, you know, postpone my flash farming for a little bit because the free farm is so good. And we have 4 heroes of LGD International on the top lane, but they all back off. Not wanting to risk any TPs already. In the meantime, Banana trying to push it a little bit in the mid lane. It's going to be forcing out a TP from 1437, who's hoping to get some experience here. Maybe enough experience to turn level 6. That would be the ideal situation, but he's also having the risk of getting picked off, because here comes Mu with an Invis rune. Got the lasso up, but 1437 tries to hide a little bit. He knows that people are missing. Never mind, he is going to get lassoed. There's no hope for him. He doesn't even need to get lassoed, but he is going to get lassoed. Shukentel's there, Track is there, 1437 goes down before he turns level 6. And here comes the rest. LGD looking for a pickup, TP out by Mu. But there's the Impale, they stop him, they kill him. One thing that you have to keep in mind, and I'm sure a lot of you already have that in mind, you can never trade even with a Venomancer, or Venomancer with a Bounty Hunter. I'm sure you've heard that tons of times. when there's a bounty hunter in the game, track kills always triumph normal kills. Obviously, more gold is better. But I will just say it again just so you are aware. And for people that might not have been aware, they are now. Awesome. Meantime, Hao is having a fun time. I mean, in a way, he's competing to the anti-mage. He didn't pick up Hand of Midas, so he's not going to get ahead that way. So last hits is his way of getting ahead. And of course, lifestealers overall should be able to be more aggressive earlier on. Like I said, with infests. Not on creeps, I actually mean on bounty hunters and blood riders and nature's prophets, but he is taking a nice amount of farm. In terms of net worth, he is second highest on his team, and actually fourth highest on the list. We have Weaver still sitting highest, actually. Weaver higher than the anti-mage Weaver, who's got 202. Brax having an amazing game here, actually. He's got treads, he's building towards his Lincolns, and he's keeping up with the anti-mage. Anti-mage, who's already got 1600 gold again. I mean, this anti-mage is doing good, right? But, yeah, Brax on the off-lane Weaver, on the dual-lane off-lane Weaver. Doing pretty decent as well. Mid lane, trouble, maybe. G. With the Vendetta. Tries to maybe deny the tower at least. Track goes off on 1437. Now they know that the track is on cooldown. He goes for King J, and King J goes down. And now you don't trade kills, and that's gonna be favorable for you. And they deny the tower. That's actually a pretty big thing. As pointed out, as you might actually even know more because it made Lumi rap than anything else. Towers overall give more gold to the team now since the last patch. Oh, open wounds, misery. Tries to Gale, but I think he's done for. I think he's very much done for. The double damage. Oh, actually, wow! This Gale doing work right now. Misery, where's your team? Team Misery shouts. Misery! Is he gonna live? No, he's not. He is so not gonna live. The Gale worked out. He does spend a lot of time, or he does make Hao spend a lot of time chasing him down. And actually, maybe enough time for Brax to make something happen here. Brax trying to hide himself, but yeah, no, he's not gonna get that anymore. What was I saying? Oh yeah, towers give more gold than they did before. So denying a tower is even a little bit more important than it was before. Pycat has decided to rotate it middle because the tier 1 tower is gone there. Means a little bit extra freedom to farm. Might sound strange, but I mean, TongFu is not really trying to take down any tier 2s right now, considering they still have 2 tier 1s standing, so Pycat knows that for now he's gonna be safe. And talking about tier 1s taken down, TongFu looking to take down a tier 1 on the top lane. Fortification goes off. Question is, are the people gonna defend? Familiar's hanging around. We do have Venomancer and Visage around here too, but with the 2 of them, they can't hope to do anything. They can't hope to do anything at all. Maybe the birds can deny though, that's gonna be... Yes! They can! They can! And I just told an argument why denying is gonna be more important than it was before. And that's the second tower that goes down on LGD International, and the second tower that gets denied. How about that? Take a quick look at the graphs. TongFu still getting ahead. Courtesy of Lifestealer, and most importantly, courtesy of the Nature's Prophet with the Hand of Midas. I mean, Hand of Midas is always gonna be something that helps you get ahead, basically. Experience graph, also in favor of TongFu. They took the later kills. Later kills mean more experience. TongFu, LGD International, the team that was more aggressive early game, got himself a couple of kills very early on, but TongFu, the one that took the later ones, and therefore, indeed, had on experience. They are at a bit of an impasse, though. I mean, at this point, you would expect TongFu maybe to try and roam around. But apparently they're not all too comfortable with this right now, because they know that LGD International still has quite a bit of a killing potential as well. Whoa, wait a second. Here comes the infested Lifestealer sitting in the Batrider with the haste rune, looking for target. But the time lapse was there for Weaver, and he did not go down in the end. TP out for Moo. Maybe they can... Oh, they're actually going to go in. Blink. They go on Pycat. Pycat should be able to blink away, though. Blink. Boom. He's safe. Oh, blinks himself into Banana. There goes a Sprout. Misery is already here, though, trying to help out, and he's going to try to be the martyr for this one. Pycat blinks. He is going to be able to be safe on 29 HP. It will be the Venomancer that goes down still, and maybe G as well, as they can see him. Track is there. Shuriken tells as well, and that's a track kill going the way of Hao, and a killing spree there as well. In the meantime, Batrider still goes down on the side of TongFu, but with 1437 going down as well, I mean, okay, you save your anti-mage, which is awesome. But you give 3 kills in return for just a Batrider. I think maybe that might actually be worth saving your anti-mage for. I mean, it's an important hero. He's supposed to be carrying your team. And it's also maybe a bit of the mental aspect. I mean, if Pycat is gonna get very highly farmed later on, and he hasn't died yet, you're gonna see like 5-0-8 at some point, perhaps. And you're thinking, wow, this anti-mage, he hasn't died yet. This is probably a very scary anti-mage. So maybe they're gonna be a bit more careful than they otherwise would. But, you know, that's wishful thinking. And that's probably, like, that's my way of thinking. And I'm not a professional player for a reason, I think, so... You know, you can take what you, or, you know, do with it what you will, basically. Anyways. Tier 1 tower, not getting denied this time, even though Brax did try, and they're actually gonna try to go for this. Banana TPing out without trying to sprout himself up first. Will go down. King J is gonna be the next one. He is already dusted up. Tries to do something to Misery, but will end up going down. That's 2 kills going the way of TongFu, LGD International rather. And maybe with that a tier 1 tower. Of course, on the side of TongFu, all towers are still standing. Is this a Battle Fury complete? Anti-mage. Yes. 17-minute Battle Fury. Very respectable. Very respectable. But then again, it's a signature hero for a reason. He did have free farm. He had a couple of kills as well. Tier 1 tower will go down. Sunshang has to be careful here. He's trying to fight off one of the bugs, but should be okay. Firefly, blink in. Last 2, he has an infest out from How as well. They go on Brax, the most high value target, and he tries the run with the Shikushi. Should be able to run instead. Indeed, Banana getting a kill, but I don't think he cares all too much. They take down the next assassin at least. That's one of the kills. They do waste a lot of time for it, for just 1 kill. And an infest, and a last 2. And then lose a tier 1 still, but I think it's better. It's probably not too bad for LGD International. They don't lose Brax. And again, Brax as well hasn't died yet this entire game. Oh yeah, good point, chat. Good point. 17-minute Battle Fury with treads, in case you forgot that he got that first because he had such comfortable farm. That is a fast Battle Fury. And, yeah, with getting involved in 3 kills. Trying to split push a little bit. And of course, Flash Farm is going to be his thing right now. In the meantime, in comes Brax. Banana is going to have some help. How coming in? Whoa, almost revealed Brax with that one. Anti-mage going into the jungle instead. Enemy jungle, rather. His own jungle is being warded up by TongFu. Not the safest place to farm anymore. Looks like 1437 makes himself useful by stacking some ancients. Something that TongFu is not doing at all. But then again, who on TongFu is really good at killing off ancients? Nobody really. They have to have more people of their team. They have to have the Nature's Prophet tanking it up with their treants, etc. And stacking ancients for an anti-mage is of course very, very successful. I hope you've all watched the Dota cinema movie for the stacking of ancients. We all know how that goes. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it, because it's so funny. Sunshang. He's level 9, he's actually doing okay. Let's take a look at the levels for a second. He is a level 9, same level as the Bounty Hunter. The supports of LGD International sitting at level 7 and level 8. So a bit behind Sunshang, so all overall, TongFu, with their support, doing a bit better. But of course, one of the reasons for that is that Nature's Prophet was of course in that jungle. Blink in last 2, grabs himself Brax. There's the Finger of Death as well as the Impale. Is the time lapse gonna be in time? It's a question. He gets hexed. No time lapse. And that's a pick off Firmu. But yeah, I mean, Sunshang is the only real support on TongFu, because they had a jungle hero, and something that LGD International can't say, because they ran and the Venomancer and the Visage as supports. So in a way they get less, because they didn't really use the jungle as efficiently. How with the Aegis? 1k gold in his inventory. We have the drums up on the Bounty Hunter at the same time. Drums and face for King J by Bird. And look at that warding from TongFu. We already knew that this one, but they've got one here. Of course, also preparing a bit for the Roshan. Well, that one that just vanished. I've got one in the mid lane, preparing for Roshan again, and this one also preparing for Roshan. If there should be a smoke gank, they would have seen it. Smoke gank through the river. LGD International going for a gank here. Impale first. How? No chance to rage. Gets picked up. That's only in Aegis though. And they TP out. They don't want to deal with him anymore. Don't want to be overextending. Don't want to be risking TongFu actually coming in to help their teammates. So that's the Aegis that they just picked up already burned out. Misery. With treads. Died 4 times. He's been involved in a ton of kills though. Of course he was the playmaker early on, but then in the end sacrificed himself a bit for others, which of course is something that a support often does, but still. Died 4 times, so 4 of the 13 kills of TongFu are actually on him. And Antimage in the meantime getting ahead on the net worth. I'm just gonna quickly look at his gold per minute. It's sitting on 430. It's still behind that of the Nature's Prophet though. But he is flash farming and he is of course building towards his Manta style. And with his Manta style later on, he'll be able to split push. And this is still a bit of a ticking time bomb for TongFu. I was expecting quite a bit more aggression coming off them at this stage of the game, considering they've got that Bad Rider. Of course, I mean, I shouldn't complain because we've seen a lot of games today that have had a lot less kills than this game has. Like we've seen games that had this amount of kills, but then 60-minute games. Whoa, wait a second. How? Gets impaled, in trouble, gets burned away from his mana, and will end up trying to stay alive, but will end up going down. In comes the TP. Does he actually infest into a creep? Yes, he does, but it doesn't matter. Goes down anyway. Poison Nova still hit. Misery will go down. Banana not going down instead, and nobody trying to take him down either. They don't realize that he didn't get any backup. In the meantime, Weaver goes down in the middle lane. That's where Bad Rider stuck around. He went for a lasso. Finger of Death was there again. And a track kill, of course, helping out, getting more gold for TongFu. But picking up How is a quite important kill. Because, I mean, if you're thinking about anti-mage games and you're thinking about late game, you know that anti-mage is super strong. Wait a second, what's King J doing here? That's what he's doing there. Goes for G. There's a Sprout up. Can they take him down? I think they should be able to. Yeah, they should be able to. No Vendetta there. In comes a Gale. Hits upon 2. Here comes 1437. King J. Can he get the burst done in time? No, he can't. As in, 1437 couldn't. So the TP out was safe. Banana walks up into the high ground. Where's he gonna go? He does have the TP again. But, I mean, this is not really something that you can hope to go for. So, yeah. That's a death. Misery with a kill. 6th kill of the game. And actually, he has the highest amount of kills of his team, which is quite impressive. You have a mechanism ready upon 1437. Quite nice timing for him as well. And this is impressive. Like normally, okay, 24-minute mechanism, it's not that impressive, but it's still nice to see that considering there's only 2 towers down on the side of TongFu. And of course, that's something that you're getting most of your gold from if you're a support. Towers and kills. But he has died 5 times, so he loses quite a bit of gold for that. And then, like, if you look at his net worth, it's quite far behind. But, yeah, considering he was not doing all too well, this is still quite nice timing for him. But look at the difference in net worth though. 4 heroes, like Nyx Assassin, if you look at the net worth and you ask someone that hasn't seen the start of this game, what role did Nyx Assassin play? Would you say solo mid? Doubt it. He is really not having a too happy of a time, at least not ganking wise. He has got a Blink Dagger though. And he is gonna try to be more aggressive. He's gonna jump on Moo, but Moo jumped on Brax instead. Brax get hexed. Is he gonna go down again? There is still a Finger of Death, I think. Brax, can he time-lapse? Yes, he can. This time he can. Banana goes down. Lion goes down. Moo flying himself away. We do have How cleaning house, though, and he has already picked up the Nyx Assassin. G is already dead. Misery, run, Misery. You're out of mana. You can't do anything here anymore. As King J is gonna have an infested lifestealer sitting inside of him, so he can infest out. Goes to Misery. There you go. That's a kill. King J will go down for that one. Gets picked up by Brax. In the meantime, Anti-Mage comes in, picks himself up the Bad Rider. That was all the way on this end of things. That's Pycat picking himself up a kill. His 4th kill of the game. He has a Gem of True Sight with that as well. 4 dead on the side of TongFu. 17 to 18 is the kill score right now. And LGD, what are they gonna get on the back of this one? Can they get a tower? Can Pycat get a tower, basically, is the question. Because the tier 2 top It's not gonna go down. Fortification gets forced out by LGD International. At least TongFu use it. That's an illusion only. Sunshang stuns up one, hexes the other. Backs out again afterwards. Now, like, he has got stick charges, of course, but look at his mana intensity. He uses both of the spells once, and he's already almost out of mana. And they know that. The Vendetta is there. They could actually try to go for that. The Blink is there, but no. In comes How. There's the Vendetta still. How, with the Basher that he newly bought. He just got that after last fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
King J is gonna get infested again. 14 seconds until How can go again. So King J is probably gonna do some scouting by himself. He's building towards the BKB. Solid choice. A lot of disable coming off on LGD. I say a lot, I mostly mean the Impale obviously, but you also have to deal with the Poison Nova and just the amount of damage that comes through. And you know that the Satire actually does his shockwave when there's 3 people, I believe. So that should give him a hint that there is someone around here, because he did a shockwave up on the two familiars. Am I wrong with that, or is that only the Centaur that stuns when there's 3 or more around him? Maybe I'm wrong with that. But 1437 showing no fear. And apparently doesn't need to show fear. Yeah. Okay. Sunshang trigger happy with his sentry ward, and someone else as well who was Moo and Sunshang happy times with wards. Awesome. He is infested again, by the way. He has got a Force Staff and Blink Dagger now, so double the mobility. Pycat. Oh, he's farming so fast. Look at his net worth spike up. I'm gonna check again. Last time we checked, it was 430 gold per minute, and it's now 530 gold per minute. It's going upwards, and he surpassed the net interest profit pretty fast. Let's see if TongFu can force out a fight though. King J already shows himself. In comes the Impale. King J forces himself away. Or someone else forced himself away. Here comes the Infest out. Look at the AoE damage coming off from the Poison Nova though. 1437 will get bursted down. How? Tries to open up on Brax. We still have the Bounty Hunter going down, Lion down as well. Pycat was at the back of the fight, able to pick off a couple of people as we see the G is getting chased out. He's trying to TP himself out. Let's see. Nope, not able to do so. How with the last hit. 2 for 2 in the end. An anti-mage. What's he doing? He's clearing out creep wave. Just making sure that TongFu cannot push and that they can't really chase them down. Well, they can, but they don't. They won't. And I mean, look, like again, Trex making this fight not even anymore. It wasn't even trade. 2 for 2. 2 supports for a support and an off lane. Fair enough. Oh, am I saying that right? No, of course, G is not a support, obviously, but still. I think we can compare him to the Bounty Hunter at this stage. I mean, his gold per minute is 60 lower than the Bounty Hunter. But Trek kills, making sure that that fight is not even anymore going the way of TongFu. But on the other side, Pycat picked himself up another kill. And that's going to be something that you don't want to see. Brax in the meantime has died twice. Going for an MKB. Already building to anticipate. Who's going to buy? No, nobody's going to buy a butterfly up on TongFu, but just wants to have it for the split push. I would have rather seen a Desolator, to be fair. But of course, an MKB, if you're going to be having to attack things from the low ground with the MKB, you don't miss anymore, yada yada, and you will be able to take down the towers fairly successfully. Pycat, in the meantime, 3,500 gold. Can buy himself the Eagle Horn if he wants to right now, or Eagle Song, whichever Dota you're in. And LGD, they are the ones right now to try and seek for adventure, try and seek for fights, and of course try to seek for Roshan. That's a fake one, people, but nice attempt. And sentry wards and observer wards all around. I thought they had gem, but who has it right now? They don't have a gem anymore. Ah, there it is. I was gonna say I didn't see a gem earlier on, but not anymore. As in, it's in their base. That means they can't counterward right now. That means that everything that Misery does is fairly visible, and he's gonna die for it. Well, if that's not the most, yeah, you know, obvious bait. I don't know what is, but Apparently Misery didn't feel like he was bait. How? Farming some ancients. Going for his own MKB, and he needs to do that. He knows that because he already saw the Talisman of Evasion on the anti-mage, and that means Butterfly on the way. That means you need to counter it. And that means MKB for How. And he's also got a Basher, and that already goes through a possible BKB that anti-mage will build up. And he has his Butterfly ready right now. I would actually like to see a heart, but no, I changed my mind. Of course, if he picks up a heart, it's going to be extra strong. Like Lifestealer is going to be a little bit buffed because of it as well, because he steals percentages of HP, so the more HP you have, the more life he steals. But it really depends on what kind of role you want your anti-mage to play. Do you want him to split push? Or do you want him to be in fights? Misery. Want to play some wards. There's no wards on the side of LGD International at the moment. At all. They've all vanished. Playing it safe. He doesn't want to get caught out again. Haishroon gets spotted out. Gee, might want to take that. Go on the hunt. He won't find anybody though. It is Roshan that TongFu is going to go for. And it's the bottom half of the map that TongFu is at. The question is, does the LGD.int do something about it? If they know it, I think they do. How is going to be the target here? Do a rotation. In comes G. They don't see him, do they? Nope, there's an Impale. That's going to be moved. Going down. Can he escape? Ghost Scepter actually keeps himself up. That's going to be Pycat getting the last two. The Finger of Death already there. And Pycat will end up going down. That's a mega kill streak going the way of How. Lifestealer, sorry, Nyx Assassin going down as well as Misery right now. That's 3 kills going the way of TongFu. They take 2 track kills from that and take Roshan. Bedrider still dropping very low, but that was not a lethal Poison Nova, obviously. And that's going to be a brilliant fight taken by TongFu. That was initiated by LGD International, of course. And it was the first time that Pycat died. And look at what that does to the gold graph. I mean, LGD International were a little bit behind in terms of gold. We already knew that. But they slowly worked their way up. This is the anti-mage farming up. But all of a sudden, they lose a fight. Boom. I think it's going to drop a little bit farther because, of course, 40 seconds without anti-mage being able to farm is actually quite a long time. We've got a Scythe of Ice up with that on Banana, and that's a pretty important pick-off. Experience graph shows the same story. Bit more drastic, but that's what experience graphs always are. Drastic. Because, of course, later kills mean more, so that means that, you know, those drops and spikes get sharper and sharper. Go higher and deeper. We already have King J up 2 gold again. We already saw him buying his BKB before the previous fight happened. Didn't use it. Actually he did, never mind. He's now down to 9 seconds. And Braxton, in the meantime, not able to find himself his new item just yet. But Anti-Mage, back to farming. Needs to farm. He's still high on net worth. But one thing that is starting to be a bit dangerous to him is the amount of lockdown on TongFu. Not only do they have a last 2, which will be there regardless of BKB or not on Pycat, but they also have a Hex now up on the Nature's Prophet. They've got a Basher. Where is he? Oh, wow. They're actually close by. They're gonna go for Brax. If he sees them, Brax, you're dead. Ah, no doubt about that one. 4 heroes there to take him down. And a Gem of Fruits it up on the Bedrider. It's just the President coming walking their way. King J, 2800 gold. He's farming nicely for a bounty hunter. I mean, he's not really like involved with his team at the moment. He's by himself. But he's making use of the double damage rune. It's okay. And it's not like his team is going to go on kills without him because they want to have that track gold. And there's nobody on the top lane for LGD International at the moment. And for LGD International, it's just waiting game. Waiting until Anti-Mage has got more gold. Waiting until he has got possibly still BKB, because even though the last two will be there, at least you're not going to get that finger of death. At least you're not going to get hexed. At least you're going to be able to live through the last two and then either blink out or manta or whatever you want to do, you can do. And he almost has the gold for it as well. Does he start buying it? He bought something. Yeah, that's a BKB ready. Good job. Good job, Pycat. But still, though, I mean, like I said, the Basher is still going to be there. And I'm imagining this is going to be an Abyssal at some point as well. So, you know, that's going to be up on the Anti-Mages. And how? He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, obviously, but he has people that has a Blink Dagger. So he is on the head of Pycat in no time. Just blinking on him. Get that Abyssal off. Lasso afterwards. And that's one dead anti-mage still. Especially since there is an MKB up on Howl. Like, that butterfly is not giving any extra evasion. Moo, here he comes, looking for Lasso. Gonna find Pycat. Gets hexed up. Doesn't have a BKB just yet. Doesn't pop it at least. Doesn't go, well, does go down. As does G. That's 2 kills going the way of Howl. Double kill. TongFu. Ownage. And there was a BKB, but he was just not fast enough to use it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
In the meantime, Brax defending middle lane. Still building towards his MKB. TongFu, though, getting more and more ahead with these pickups. Picking up the anti-mage, the most valuable target there. Going towards the 10k gold in favor of TongFu. 12k experience in favor of TongFu. And that's an Abyss already. And if it wasn't scary before, which it was, it's even more scary right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there's not going to be any hope for this tier 2 tower. No defense incoming as well. And they want to save their fortification, of course. In case TongFu tries to move up high ground, they'll have the fortification to at least try and stop him from going there. Oh, Moo, what you doing, Moo? Well, at least he's not going to go all in. He's not going to go trying to find someone in the enemies still tier 2 standing. He'll take the farm away, though. And this farm away, like this large camp, is actually quite an important farm place still for LGD International. They don't really have that many places they can safely farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2 tower middle lane, TongFu. He'll just take it down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Then after them.
And TongFu, even though they are ahead, not really trying to force out a high ground just yet. They do have that Aegis, of course, but 30 seconds is not going to be enough to try high ground. So we're probably going to see TongFu, unless they get a very favorable condition here, we're probably going to see them waiting 4 minutes for the next Roshan to be up.
Double damage.
Pycat, I mean, if LGD International is able to start off a fight, then they'll have the BKB usage from Pycat, they'll have the Manta style, and I think LGD is going to be in a good position. But they need to be the one to initiate. And one last two on Pycat before he can get his BKB off. And that's him almost as good as dead. Like, no doubt about it. Maybe a little bit doubt about it, depending on how the supports of LGD International react. MKB now also up on the Bounty Hunter. And the infested move, going high ground. With Roshan or not, they know that LGD International is not in their base. They saw them top. They've got a ward there. Saw Anti-Mage working there, thinking it might be a trap. And they're going to try to force him back. Well, they will lose their tier 2 for it. But if they get a tier 3 in return, hey, that's worth it. And so far, LGD International is saying, you know, we're not going to fight you just yet. Tier 3 tower still standing for now. Not in deny range yet either. We do have Bounty Hunter defending on the top lane. And actually, in comes Pycat. And they're gonna go for this. Oh, they're gonna go for G first. G is already picked off before it starts. As it's on Sheng though. And Pycat got his BKB off. Banana goes down. Moo is gonna be the next target, but he gets a lasso off the real Pycat. And Pycat gets dropped by How. How? Too strong. Moo is still alive. Four stabs himself to the low grab. The soul sum should not killing him off. And TPs himself into safety. Nice fight coming off from LGD, but losing Pycat, that's not something that you can be doing, and that's just purely how. They have to find a way to deal with this guy. Or they have to get a Vlad's. Who is building a Vlad's? Nobody. You kind of have to have that, like, give Pycat that extra life steal ability. Right? Oh, Pycat. Careful now. Moo was hanging around. He doesn't have a last two, but it's only 1 second until it's back up. And maybe him and removal for the magical damage. Though, Bounty Hunter can definitely pick them up fairly easy with his Janata.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
In the meantime, 2k gold upon Brax. He has got his MKB ready. And looks like my XSplit just went mental. But I think I'm live again. And if I'm not, well, tough luck for you. But good for you for buying tickets, because of course I didn't drop in Dota TV. Kudos to everybody that bought a ticket. And by the way, this is just the group stages. This is just day 1 of this LAN series. And now I don't know exactly the quality of the Perfect World servers, as I heard some stories about yesterday's Perfect World servers not really being all too shabby. But, you know, buying a ticket is always going to be worth it, especially if the stream's not going to be there. We're going to see TongFu perhaps smoking up here. Roshan is back up again. Refresh if no sound. Well, I can say that. It doesn't really work. Wow, that's the familiars fed. I don't think that LGD International can really do anything against this at the moment. I mean, they can try. They smoke up. And on the bottom lane is pushing in, so it's kind of obvious that they are around here. And TongFu knows it. Look at that. They're backing off. They know that people are around there. They go for Banana first. Banana's already going to get dropped down. That's the first one down. Can LGD take something back? How? Gonna get Gale. Nice Gale coming up for Misery. Gets tracked up. Can he still do something? He tries to walk past the fight. Last two gonna be up on Brax. At least it's not up on Pycat. And Pycat able to pick up the Batrider. But buy back on Weaver. Buy back on Batrider. And it is Pycat that ends up going down. Abyssal Blade MVP opening up on Misery. Very sad Misery. And that's gonna be 1437 trying to TP himself out. Is there going to be enough damage? Actually, the bashes. 1437 is not going to be able to live. And that's going to be a team wipe. And I say team wipe, but you do see Weaver alive. That's because he bought back. TongFu will be able to take Roshan in peace. And LGD will lick their wounds and lose their tier 3 tower bottom.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Oh, this How Lifestealer is such a deadly machine right now. 4,800 gold up in his inventory. Wouldn't be surprised if he sells his Armlet or his drums for something soon. Or he might wait until he has the Aegis gone and then use that slot to buy something else. Really depends on what he wants to buy, though. And there's the Vladimir's up on the Bounty Hunter. It's on the wrong team, but Vladimir's nonetheless. King J, still 2,300 gold left, so pretty rich. See if we can find some new items. We do have the Necronomicon level 3. Of course, very nice when you're up against the Weaver. Nyx Assassin as well, while I'm at it. On the side of LGD, we've got still a 4-staff perhaps being built by Misery, but he is just not farming as fast. He died 9 times in this game already. 1437, got himself the Helm of the Dominator. Surprisingly enough. But might be just using it to stack. And getting himself some extra armor is never bad, especially once you're up against the Lifestealer. Though a 4-staff would have been preferable, or a Ghost Scepter actually. There! Oh no, that's the other. Wow, awkward. That's the other team. I was looking for that Vlads, but nobody has a Vlads yet on the side of LGD International, I think. 2400 gold up on Pycat. Soul's Caress, now also up on TongFu, and now TongFu is getting richer and richer.
Damage.
And it is LGD International that's just saving again for buybacks for the next fight. And so far, with not any luck. No buyback up on the entrance. Actually, it's gonna be up again now. There we go. So that's gonna be one with buyback. Cooldown on the Weaver, cooldown on the Venomancer. Not that Venomancer makes that big of a difference. And no gold on the... Oh, Nyx Assassin. Lasso. Gonna be up on 157. That's gonna be one down. 4 to go. Ownage, indeed. Got cold. 5 kills in a row. I was gonna say that that guy also doesn't have buyback.
Radiant's bottom barracks
So,
are
in
under
case that wasn't clear. There's gonna be range Rex going down as well. And this is TongFu thinking, you know what? Let's end this. They're actually going for tier 4. Screw tier 3s. Screw Rax. Tier 4s is where it's at. They know that Anti-Mage is not ready to fight yet. He is on his way back. He has TP'd back to base. They need to go in now because they're losing their tier 4s. Misery doing what he can. Goes down after landing the ulti. G drops. Pycat goes on how, but he gets Abyssal Bladed while it is BKB, and the damage is just too much. That's gonna be GG. There's, oh, buyback, sorry. No GG just yet, but it's only the Anti-Mage that's left alive, and this is gonna be the throne. Aegis brings back how. Anti-Mage might be here, but what's he gonna do? He's gonna get a last suit, that's what he's gonna do, and no BKB, that's gonna be the GG, and that is gonna be TongFu taking themselves the second game of today for Group B. We are watching, you were watching rather, the RedBull Esports Champions League, and this was the last game of day number 1. Tomorrow we'll be back at 5 AM CEST time, the same time as we were here today. That's right. I have been here since that early today, and that's why I'm casting so awkward. And we'll be back tomorrow with day number 2. We'll have the remaining parts of the group stages. It's planned for 2 days, I believe. Maybe a little bit more. I can actually check that out. But you can also check that out yourself. You can go to ghostofgamers.net and find the schedules for the groups. 6 teams per group. Each team face each other once in a LAN setting. And at the end, the top 4 of each group go through. The bottom 2 gets dropped out. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me, you can do so by following me on twitter.com/ShiverGaming. You can follow me on youtube.com/ShiverGaming. You can check out ShiverGaming.com. You can check out Facebook.com/ShiverGaming. And I think that was all. And if not, you can just... Oh, hey, normally I stream on twitch.tv/ShiverGaming, obviously, because of course you are watching Beyond the Summon presentation by me for the first time, instantly making it a 16-hour cast, I think. Can I count? Wait a second. I went on 4:45, and it's now 20:40. Yeah, 16 hours. Sounds about right. Awesome. So, making it a 16-hour cast because I quit. Sorry for that drop there. I don't know what happened. My XSplit being awkward, but hey, that's why you buy a ticket, because then you don't have any interruption. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna eat. That's what I'm gonna do. Hope you're gonna do that too, because eating is good and Dota makes you hungry. So do that and take good care of yourself, and watch some commercials while you're at it to sit around and support Beyond the Summit and myself even more. So don't go anywhere because you want to watch commercials and you want to listen to music while you do that.